Now I've kicked off just a bare bones new installation of Windows Server 2008, and what I've done is I've just put the CD, or the DVD I should say, into the DVD drive, and it clicked and hummed for a few seconds, and it came up to this. First of all, the language to install, and you'll notice I can make some changes here. The time and currency format, keyboard or input method for the most part, I'll leave those alone, and I click next, and now it just tells me that I'm ready to install. Now notice I can check to see any kind of pre-installation things I need to check through. Notice it has my minimum and recommends hardware requirements and so forth, all kinds of various information. Notice I can repair the computer if I need to, check the disk. So I'll just click on install now, and notice it's going to ask me to wait. Now something that's really cool about the installations, and it's one of those things that when you see it you're like, duh, why didn't somebody think of this before, is that when we're installing an operating system in the past, it would run for 10 or 15 minutes and stop and ask you a question. And so, you know, you'd kick it off and go get involved in a phone call or some other fire's going somewhere you're trying to put it out. And you'd come back and your installation ran 5-10 minutes and stopped, and it's waiting on you to give it an administrator password or something. And so you know you've got to answer that, then you leave and it runs 15 more minutes and stops, and you got to answer a question. And it does this 3 or 4 times. On the new installations, notice it's going to pop up here and say, what do you want to install? Notice full or server core installation choices. I'll give them both. Well, I'll talk about both of these a little bit later. Right now, we're just going to do a Windows Enterprise full installation. But the point is, notice step 1, it's going to collect information from me, and it's going to ask for things like passwords and all that stuff. And once it starts installing Windows, it does not stop. And it takes about 45 minutes for that installation to run. So I'm going to answer a few of these questions, and I will say full install, and it's going to ask me to agree to all this, and so I'll pull it down and let you read all that. Okay, you got it? Everybody agree with all that? Okay, we're going to accept that and go. And now it's going to ask me, do I want to upgrade or do I want to do a custom advanced? Upgrade's disabled because there's nothing on the disk out there that I'm installing. So I'm going to click on the installation, and it says where you're going to put it. I've got some unallocated disk space out there, and I will answer that question, and it will take that. It'll go do some gyrations. Notice it's going to copy files, and notice it says that's all the information we need right now. Your computer will restart several times during the installation. Okay, now I'm done. Pretty cool stuff. It is going to install it with a blank password on the administrator account. I'll change that as soon as it comes up. Okay, so notice it just copied my files. It will now take a few minutes to expand those files, and again, it's not going to ask me questions about a whole bunch of do you want to do this, do you want to do that, because it's not going to install any features or roles, right? It's just going to put the server up and let me decide later what roles I want to put on it, what features I want to put on it, and so forth. Okay, now if you remember from some of the previous videos, you're looking at this. Does it look drastically different than what we've done before? No, the graphics are a little slicker, but the absolute bottom line is it's now deploying an image to the volume that I told it to install it to. It will simply add that image out there. You can see we're already at 5%. This thing will run. I can now go to lunch, go do whatever I want to do. This thing will run. It'll restart a couple of times, and when I come back after about 45 minutes, Windows Server will be sitting there ready for me to log in, set an administrator password, install some roles, and take off from there. Okay, how easy can it get? Very, very simple. Very easy. It doesn't take a whole lot of hassle from me. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of wasting time right now. I'm just sitting here talking, but I wanted to get it across to you that this thing just really installs itself almost. We just kick it off, get out of the way. So that's a bare bones installation of total fresh copy installation, not an upgrade, onto a disk right off the Windows Server 2008 installation DVD.